Did you have a nice conversation with the lady?
Those aqua dragons sure weren't shy about coming after us.
They must have been half-starved or something. I bet there's not much to eat in this spirit climb.
It was probably my fault. I fought them before we all met.
You fought the aqua dragons by yourself?
I had to. They were trying to eat me. I was so scared. Oh, are aqua dragons drawn to Garrus trinkets? Tipo isn't a trinket. As you say. I suppose it does appear to be somewhat edible, and looks quite tasty, in fact. No! Don't eat me!
Stop pushing the eat Tipo thing. It's not happening. Also, I kind of want to see that thing if it's back here. I did miss that somehow. Oh wait, that is forward. Shit. Oh no, there he is. One around the other way. That's the game put me in the whatchamacallit. This is what I wanted to fight before, because it's a new enemy. I was trying to do in the first place. Let me get back to that before I move on. I need whatchamacallit now. Let's go physical for a while and build it back up. And that's why you're here.
You did well, Elise.
Oh no, it was nothing. No need to be a lot stronger. You're really coming into your own.
It's probably means the other three are somewhere else fighting their way to us. Like on Mila's side of things. Yeah, that's how they differentiate. They split the party. Although a lot of Mila stuff happens, I feel like, after Jude's. That's why I went with Jude. Alright, now the northern region of this, caverns.
Maybe Mila might know.
Might know what? About your situation?
I'm here.
Be a better listener than... Well, Jude's a problem solver, too. And maybe she doesn't want to upset Jude because he took her in when Jiao would, like, keep her hidden. Maybe it's all touchy subject for that reason. Hidden behind you is this treasure. More monster fluid. Now we get to go this way. I already see a bag. Slowly but surely building up the rest of the shops, by the way. Not leveled super hard yet. Oh, I'm going backwards again. Because I'm trying to get around the enemies. Monster fluid. Monster fluids. Why is that purple? Also, is it blood? Is it sweat? Or is it that third thing? Purple stuff. Jelly and jams. Jams and jellies. Jams, jellies! I need to stop remembering this. Lay a smack down on that real quick. Yeah, kicking all sorts of ass now with Alvin. It's just that boss that's the problem. In fact, I had to fight two of them and they could chain link their offense like that. We gotta be getting up there from normal ass bosses. Well, that's what we call dragons, normal ass bosses. Just monsters like anything with like names to them. Go this way to continue onward. More climbing. More stuff up here.
You seem unwell. It's nothing. I was just thinking about what happened.
Little Elise has a lot of big things to think about. It's the Isla thing all over again, but Jiao wasn't an out-and-out kidnapper. Well, technically, kind of. Oh, man. Kind of sucks. Everyone she knows in her past is just like these out-and-out evil-ass people. Now we made it out here in the Zalan Woods. Zalan Woods Temple. Ah, this was the other Okay, we're coming back up on that now, so we're going around the other way to Canbalar then. You fight so many enemies, it's hard to tell sometimes. No, you look new, the freaky hands guy, so... Alright, fine. Maybe I couldn't come out here earlier. I think this was actually blocked off. You're definitely new. Another title there. Nothing on there. And again, I would always stream this and fight over anyone I came across. But of course, that's why all my streams tend to, like, back then last like half the day, if not more. Because I won't fucking stop. Hell, the only thing that stops me is having to upload these later and put time in for that. To edit, cut out what I need to cut out. And I'll be straight up honest with you, I was never one for super duper good conversation. Maybe that's why I started out like being like, I think I talked more when I didn't do these blind. I would be like, okay, this is over here and blah blah blah. You know, that way you always had something to talk about. Because I practice, I would like not script anything, but I would like practice more often than not. But a lot of these bear games, I feel like they would just be like, it started to get like really tedious for that reason and stuff like that. And I'm like, maybe I don't want to do it like this. I might bring it back for certain games, like games I feel like weren't really showing them off. But I was like, this it's gonna feel weird to me doing it, not doing it for a second because I haven't played that game. Again, the Nova video I did a couple of years back where I like, and I'm done with this. That's about as far as I got. Because it was just like over and over again. Oh boy.
This is always getting me a little spooked.
Did you stop saying that? What is it with that all of a sudden? We've gone through many of those before, and you know, only recently have you started to pipe up. Pipe up's the opposite thing. I like to start piping out? Piping hot? I still don't have all my party members back. I want to hold on to them. Because I don't remember who's, what's their calls are lowest. That's usually how I determine what to put on whom. Dead end, which means there's got to be shit over there. Thought I saw something over there. Probably missing something else as we speak. Ah, here we are. Ran smack on this. Full frame glasses. Oh, instead of the half-C's that Mila has. Dr. Jude, I presume? Nice. I kind of want to show that off on Rowan, but you pull him off really nicely, too. I mean, you are the studious type. Oh yeah, another reason I don't do as super 12-hour long things, because these take up space on my whatchamacallit now, and I can actually see the damage. You can see how much space these take, which thankfully a lot less now that I've gone back to 480 and just kind of hit the bullet on that one. Just because I kept fucking up for PS3 things, I was like, And it hasn't done it for any of the newer videos I just put up, so I'm like, okay, maybe that's why. I remember it seemed to do that for the Hapag as well, like I said. Like, I don't think Hapag could handle it at all. Oh, that's the temple. Nala lava tubes. Let's see, can I get up there? Alright, here's something for later then. More foreshadowing. That's what I thought the Mila thing was. Like, she's coming from there, perhaps. If I remember, it's been... I don't know, it's... And most of my recollection comes from this thing. Because you can just New Game Plus with all the grade bonuses you get at Endgame and just, like, blitz right through Mila's if you want to. So we're going back to the temple. Yeah, this was the other way around. That was blocked off before.
Where are we?
That's Canbalar's castle.
Jude!
Mila, I missed you! Am I glad to see you?
I'm so glad you're all safe. It's good to see you again.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Mila?
Oh, do I know you? I've never seen you before.
Huh?
Why, I am your elder sister.
Sister? I don't have a sister.
What's going on, Muse?
This may be our first time speaking true. Yet we are both spirits born into this world at nearly the same time.
Well, you definitely are a spirit. That much I can believe.
No need to be so suspicious. What could a spirit gain from impersonating your sister? You are Maxwell, after all.
That's true, it wouldn't gain her anything.
Why did you appear before Jude?
Because you summoned me before him, or rather, your powerful feelings for him summoned me. Really? Could that even be possible?
I don't know. I'll admit I've been hearing a voice in my dreams.
Wingo? Hold that thought.
So the information was correct.
Attention. Attention. I am Gilland. You have my most sincere apologies for forcibly occupying your city. Please understand that subjugation is not our goal. Such extreme measures were only necessary to prevent an apocalyptic war between two superpowers. You have my word that we at Exodus will do all in our power to preserve your safety and your livelihood. We desire the same thing you do. Eternal peace for Retha Maxia.
I despise that man, Gilland. He promotes peace, even as he uses Spyrex to hurt humans and spirit kind alike.
We may have no choice but to eliminate him and his group.
I agree.
How will we do that? Those people have armored soldiers and flying ships and big cannons and...
Alvin, it's time you came clean. You should tell us everything you know. Alvin!
I assume Gaius won't stand for this.
He is inviting us in. Frankly, I'm surprised he even revealed himself to us.
Maybe they're testing us?
It's not a trap, is it?
What are we waiting for? Let's go.
What happened?
I'm on the straight and narrow now. I promise.
And why would we believe you this time?
I have a score to settle with Gillen. Let me be the one to finish him off. If I betray you again, you have my permission to run me through with that sword of yours. So let me come with you.
And if I refuse?
Then I'll kill him on my own.
Very well.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
We have to find out what Gaius is planning.
Yeah.
He did say when Jude dropped that he was gonna... he wanted to use us.
Are you really Mila's sister?
I am. Although it differs from the way you humans conceive of sisterhood. In what way? I couldn't say. I know little about the human version of the concept. But you brought it up!
So, elementally, what kind of spirit are you?
Oh my! What temerity to ask such a personal question.
Wait, what?
Alvin, you're committing sexual harassment!
Wait, hold on. I didn't mean anything.
Oh, okay then.
Sheesh. Every bit the pain her sister is, but in a completely different way.
I have you to thank for saving Jude.
Not at all. Jude was quite a help to me. Thanks to his direct tethering with me, I was able to recharge much of my lost mana.
Jude, you direct tethered with her?
Yeah. Muse asked me to. Was that bad?
Bad? It's, direct tethering is something a spirit and a human do when,
Since we were together constantly, he was able to fill me with loads of mana.
I had no idea you were that kind of man.
Mila, wait! Why is she so angry?
I can't believe you'd ask me to explain that to you. Do you just want to hear me say it? Is that what you're into?
Someone tell me what is going on with these spirits.
Jude, now is not the time for your fucking Asbellant impression. Apparently Muse has the power of innuendos. And yes, this game is rated T. I hate to... I didn't want to bring that thing back from, but... forcing my hand. Good news is, the party is all back together. Still can't fast travel, though, so I do have to meet up with Guy.
Does anyone else think that Alvin's acting kinda weird? Alvin's always weird.
Well, alright then.
You've come.
So in the end, you've chosen to trust that man. You're more naive than I thought, Maxwell.
Tell us what your purpose is for bringing us here.
We will stand and fight against those invaders. If you intend to challenge them yourselves, we won't attempt to stop you.
But first, there's something you need to tell us. I want you to tell us what you know about the Schism.
What's that?
Two millennia ago, I cast the spirit art, Schism. It created a new world and sealed it away. That world is yours. It is known as Riza Maxia.
Did Mila just say that she created the entire world? Wow! She's like a goddess or something!
It was for protecting spirits and humans.
Riza Maxia is sealed. That implies the existence of another world outside the Schism, does it not?
Yes. And that world is called Olympius. I was gravely mistaken about the Lance of Kresnik's true purpose. Exodus convinced Noctigal that it was a weapon, but all along they were plotting to create a device that would dispel the Schism.
Dispel the Schism? To what end?
I do not know. I wonder if perhaps they were looking for a means to siphon mana back to Olympius.
No. All Exodus ever wanted was to go home. Back home to Olympius. It's all we've wanted for more than 20 years since we became trapped in Riza Maxia. We needed to find a way to either break through the Schism or dispel it completely.
But in order to dispel the Schism, they would have to find a way to eliminate its creator.
I see. So that's why Exodus kept trying to kill you.
It doesn't add up. What is Gillen's master plan?
I'm confused. I still don't understand.
Gillen's actions are not going to get Exodus home any faster.
He didn't need to bring the whole Olympian army. In unifying Riza Maxia, that was never our original intention.
Gillen must intend to make use of Riza Maxia with the Schism intact. But for what purpose?
That's it. The Otherworld reactor plan.
What?
Huh? The hell's that?
Most folks knew it as the Spirit Fuel Plan.
That sounds bad.
I remember my cousin telling me about it when I was still a kid back on the other side. Something about capturing spirits and using them as fuel for Spyrexes.
So you're saying Gillen's ultimate goal is to corral all the spirits?
But that doesn't make sense either. If all he wants is spirits, then why bother with the lies? Unless he's planning on trapping us in Rize Maxia for our mana lobes.
He seeks to use the people of Riza Maxia as a power source? The man is insane.
Gillen most likely returned to Exodus HQ on the ocean. The Olympian army is with him, so getting there by boat won't be easy.
Well then, perhaps we can commandeer one of the flying ships they have, docked at Cambalar.
Oh yeah, right. Because that sounds easy.
It may indeed be our only option.
Very well. We attack tomorrow.
Wait a minute, Gaius. Aren't we gonna team up on this? I mean, we both want the same thing, so...
It's not a social gathering.
Just how stupid are you anyway?
It was Maxwell who created the Schism, and trapped us all inside of it in the first place. Imprisonment is not so easily forgiven. It's entirely possible we may end up fighting each other again.
I'm sure you can understand why we're not ready to get all buddy-buddy with you.
Like I said, do what you want. Just make sure to stay out of our way.
Can you believe it? The nerve of those guys!
They must be short-handed. Why else would they share that kind of information with us?
Despite what they said, I still believe that they are counting on all of us.
For now, at least.
Perhaps this is the opportunity to speak to Wingle that I've been waiting for.
The rest and prep for tomorrow. Gotta take it to these Exodus guys and take back, Ken Balar. Guys and his Chimeriad, whatever they are. You weren't even in that fight, were you, Leia? I think, or were you? I think I took you out for, Mila and tried to do shit by teaming up, but nothing came of it, unfortunately. 2 rooms on the 2nd floor. Use one of them. Ron mentioned a chat with, Wingle. Where might he be? Where be ye?
My neck is killing me.
Did you sleep on it wrong?
No, it's been this way since I was swept into the Fezabel marsh flow.
I have a poultice you can use, although it was intended for lower back pain.
Jude, it's pretty faint, but I think there's a footprint on your face.
Huh. I did have a dream that Agria was repeatedly stomping my head.
From the size and shape of that footprint, it would seem that dream was no dream at all.
What is wrong with her? Why would she do that?
She's a bitch.
Maybe she was trying to apologize, saying we got off on the wrong foot?
Jude.
Oh dear. I'm going to chalk this one up to a concussion.
You don't know how close you just came to getting another boot in your face.
I'm sorry for getting you tangled up in this war.
Not at all. I welcome the opportunity. As a spirit, I can never forgive those who use Spyrex.
It is good to have your strength on our side. You have my gratitude.
Your gratitude? As a big sister, what choice do I have but to keep my little sister out of trouble?
A bit condescending, aren't we?
Ah, isn't it wonderful to have a family?
Is that what we are?
It would seem so.
I don't care for you, music.
Wingle, there's something I would like to ask you. Am I correct in my understanding that you led Ajul's armies at Fezabel Marsh? Using boosters to move through the marsh was a brilliant strategy.
Are you mocking me? That strategy played right into Gillen's hands.
You aren't the only one who failed to see through Gillen's facade. I share the same shame.
I didn't realize someone who turned his back on his duty had any honor left to lose. Is that what you're doing here? Some sad attempt to return to the battlefield and erase your shame?
How can you say that? Don't you make fun of Rowan? He's a great guy for someone who's so old.
You were a skilled tactician in your prime, I grant you that. But how much of that skill remains today? Former Chief of Staff Ilbert. Care to play a game?
A game, you say?
A mock battle, using a real military map. But of course I would understand if you were reluctant to see how time has ravaged your talents.
You don't need to buy into this.
I accept.
This board lets us control data from historic battles and see different ways they might play out.
And what battle is this data from?
20 years ago, on the Fezabel Outback.
The Battle of Fezabel.
The struggle between the armies of Rashigal and the former king of Ajul.
Correct. It was a tragic battle in which both armies suffered heavy casualties from a giant tsunami. It was Ilbert the Conductor's one and only draw.
And you wish to recreate that battle now?
This is no recreation. If I had led Ajul into battle, we would have won. That is what I will prove here today. Formation Ichthyes. All troops advance.
The core of the Rashigal army is being pushed back.
Left and right troops spread out to the wings. Surround the enemy's vanguard.
It's no good. The Vanguard is unstoppable. What is this power?
That's Gaius' unit. Their first time in battle. You won't surround them so easily.
Both wings advance. Circle to the enemy's flank.
Planning to launch a counterattack from my flank? Such a boring and predictable response. I'll simply attack while your troops are changing course. This battle will be won before the tsunami hits.
The enemy is turning faster than Rashigal.
Look out!
All troops maintain forward movement. Your goal is the high ground behind the Ajul army.
What?
Rashigal's army is assembling on the hill.
It's over. It is impossible to defeat a defending army on high ground in so short a time. Soon the tsunami will come and engulf the plains. You will have no choice but to retreat.
And this is what you call a victory?
I am satisfied simply not to lose.
I see. Thank you for the match, Conductor. We will settle this in a different way.
Sore loser!
You did great, Rowan.
It's because I failed in the past. If only I had used this strategy back then.
I think it's great you learned from your mistake. You're still growing, even at your age.
Indeed. And I still have a great deal more growing to do. I may even grow out of these clothes one day. Musée certainly is easy on the eyes, wouldn't you say?
I guess. Leave Jude alone for half a second and he always comes back with some new girl.
You're just a great big man horse. Yeah, that's what I want to change costumes and turn him into. Narukami here and shit like that, make it all like gray and shit.
What do you want?
It's about Jiao.
He's dead. Did you think he somehow survived that?
Know what I heard? I heard he died protecting a spoiled little brat and her stuffed dolly. A fitting end for a foolish old man. How could you? Don't you talk that way about him! You got a problem with me saying the truth?
That's enough, Agria.
It's not even close to enough. The lives of the Chimeriad belong to His Highness. But that old fool threw his away for some sniveling brat.
That's true, but his sacrifice did give His Highness a chance to escape.
He was an idiot right until the end. Always giving me candy when he saw me, like I was some sort of little kid. He just needs to die already.
He did. With Jiao gone, the offensive might of the Chimeriad has diminished sharply.
Bah! I'm all the offensive we need. That goes for you too, Grandma. No one will miss you when you kick off.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Just you watch. I'll protect His Highness all by myself.
I'm getting a headache. How am I supposed to relieve this stress when there's no one left to talk to or have a drink with?
So, that's it? We're never gonna see Jiao again.
Well, before I rest up and continue on, I think I gotta hit up find a save point if I can. Anything out here? Okay, there's one over there by the Zalin Woods. Because, once again, these, it's this game, man. I just keep wanting to do it, and it keeps having over, like, hour-long episodes, and I gotta trim down. Thank God this sucker holds, so I'll see you next time on Let's Play Tales of Xillia.